Debonair. Okay. What's good, y'all? Shout out to the notification gang for hitting the like button. And the video didn't even start yet, y'all. The village ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. Trying to get my video loaded up for y'all, man, so we can hit the ground running here. For those that don't know, or is that not that big in the men, or not that big, but isn't that that active in the manosphere community and stuff like that, we have a lot of people that says a lot of misandrous things. Is that a word? I don't even know. The opposite of misogyny is misandry, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all know I ain't good words, man. Anyway, so we have a lot of people that's out here, men and women, but majority are women, that comes out here and says a lot of degrading things to a lot of men, and a lot of Black men in particular. And we have someone here, and I'm gonna let y'all formulate your own opinions about things that she says, but I really want to get into this video. I'm gonna try to play maybe like a minute or 2 minutes of it straight, and then we'll just keep it going. But shout out to Fox Soul for this. If I can, I'll make sure to tag their channel. If not, I'll leave a link to the Facebook page. But let's get into this video, man.
White supremacy, does it exist in your world? Absolutely. And has it affected Black men?
Absolutely, it exists, and Black men have worked in tandem with white supremacy since they've become in contact with it. And this is why I say in the Black community, we have very disingenuous, very dishonest discussions, especially when it's regarding Black men, because we do have a Black male worshiping culture. So what we do within that culture, and Umar Johnson is showing it today, is absolve Black men from any accountability for what they've done. Number one, we wouldn't be in a system of white supremacy had it not been for Black men. So if you want to go all the way back to history, then let's go back to history when Black men were selling their own people into white supremacy. Let's go back into history when 16 years off the plantation, Black men were worried about a war being waged on them. They were worried about getting access to white women. That's what you were worried about.
She's saying that we work in tangible, like we bro, I watched this video like 2-3 times, and I still can't formulate my thoughts correctly, bro. So again, y'all, so this lady's name is Cynthia G. I'll make sure to tag her channel, definitely. Her name is Cynthia G, man. A lot of the things that she says and does, as far as Black men, right? She talks down on a lot of Black men. And I skimmed through her channel, I skimmed through her community tabs and all this, that, and the third. And this is the prime example. For example, let me say this. If this was a Black man doing this or saying this types of things about Black women, it would have been a wrap. Y'all seen what happened with Kevin Samuels. Y'all seen all that nonsense and BS that was happening, RP to him. You've seen all that nonsense and BS that happened to him. But a lot of these things is being marked as okay or fine, but I don't understand why YouTube hasn't really done anything about that. She said a lot of, like in this video, let me just say this. In this video, this wasn't that bad. This was pretty light compared to the other videos that I've seen of her and the things that she said. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know why she's so upset. I don't know who hurt her, who pissed her off. Maybe it was her father. I mean, maybe it's her baby daddies. They were saying that she has two kids by 2 different men. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, assuming she has boys, all these things that you're saying about Black men will be about your 2 Black boys also. And if she has girls, it's going to be like, all right, cool. Now you're going to be raising your 2 daughters to be just like you. Like you're constantly talking about, not in this video, but the other videos. She's constantly talking about how, oh, well, we need to start, marrying white men and marrying white men. But ma'am, you're almost 40, or if not 40, and you're still not married to your white man. Like, so if the white man wanted you so bad, why aren't you in a relationship or married to them? I have no problem with people dating interracially. I personally don't care. It's not for me, but I personally don't care about people dating interracially. But the thing that really kills me is this: when you have people like her that's coming out here saying all these degrading things towards Black men or Black women or anybody. That's where I put my foot down and draw the line, because I personally don't like that. If I was dating outside of my race or interracial or whatever the case may be, you would never see or hear me say, oh, I date outside my race because black women this, black women that. I don't do stuff like that. That's corny to me. That's tacky. That's trashy. Now, what she was saying. She basically was saying that the reason why black people are here in this, involved in this, is because black men was working with the slave capturers. If y'all don't know about the history, well, she's talking about history. If y'all don't know about the history, black men was working with the, the white people to catch other black men and black women and to throw them on a ship, and then they would pay them whatever they would pay them, whether it was food, whether it was clothes, whether it was weapons, whatever it was, when slave ships first came to Africa, right? And so the thing that kills me the most is this: although yes, she is correct, that did not happen in majority. There was a number of African tribes, and this is why I stress that you guys read. There was several African tribes and African communities that fought against them. The ones that lost, they made a quote unquote a deal with them, saying, oh, okay, well, we're going to spare you this, that, third, but you have to bring us your women, you have to bring us your children, you have to bring us ABC 1, 2, 3. The others, there again, like I said, she is correct, but there are others that she did not mention or didn't want to mention because she's trying to paint a narrative. There was several tribes that fought against it tooth and nail. Some lost, some did it. It is what it is, whatever. But by that time, it was too late. They had already grabbed hundreds, if not thousands, of black men and black women and brought them here to America and brought them to, what other countries in Europe and through the Caribbean islands, dropping them off because they had too many people or whatever case would be. Like, all that stuff is real. All of that stuff is real. All that stuff did happen. But again, the thing that I do not like that she's saying is she's trying to make it seem like we're like working hand in hand, being. Let me just let her finish, man. Hold on.
And it's interesting. There's a reason why I feel like Umar focused mostly on me and Hope's attitudes, and it's because he can't accurately answer the question. He mentioned names, not accomplishments. And the reason being is because
I think he mentioned those names specifically because the accomplishments of those people don't have to be explained.
Right, but those accomplishments are also accomplishments that I've heard Umar Johnson speak negatively about, specifically the civil rights movement and how damaging it was to Black people. But now he wants to sit here and say the very people who accomplished that were accomplishing something beneficial when, in his own opinion, that wasn't beneficial and did more harm to the community than good. So I think that because we're having such a dishonest discussion where Black men don't want to take accountability for what they've done, they want to be the victims of society, but then they want submission from the women. The bottom line is I'm not willing to deflect from the fact that, number one, Black men are the greatest non-white contributors to white supremacy. Let's just be real. White supremacy couldn't even exist without Black men's compliance. They're always uplifting whiteness, biracial children, and trying to assimilate. And that's why I went back to the notion.
Hold on. Real quick. And she's almost done. I should have just let it play out, but just hold on. She's saying that Black men is always the biggest contributors and pushing for biracial kids and all this, that, and the third, which isn't really the case. Number one. Number two, I can even argue and say that you, Cynthia G, is a byproduct of that also as well, because you're constantly pushing for you to marry a white man and for other Black women to marry white men. So by your logic, you're also helping as far as this white supremacy, whatever crap that you're, whatever narrative you're trying to push. You are a byproduct of that also as well. Because in your videos and in your community tab, you're constantly making posts and making videos and uploads, whatever, making content about those types of things, being with a white man, marrying a white man, having kids with a white man. But forgetting the fact it doesn't matter if you, a Black woman, and yes, she's using filters, yes, she's using makeup to make it seem like she's lighter. But if you scroll down to her older videos, you'll see how darker complexion she is. She's probably bleaching her skin. This is a perfect example of someone that's ashamed of themselves, right? when you think of the self-hate, right? When you think of the black people that hates their skin, that hate their complexion, that's the reason why they do stuff like this. That's the reason why she wears the weaves, like this damn, not weave, I'm sorry, or wig, maybe it's a weave, who knows? Wearing this damn wig to make it look like to make herself look and seem more damn white, adding more makeup, if not bleaching. If I was a better man, I would say that she was bleaching her skin so she can make herself look more thrilling or attractive to the white man, to the same white man that hasn't even married you yet, and you've been making these types of derogatory videos about black men and derogatory videos about I'm not derogatory, but making crazy videos about how black women should marry out, but you yourself are not married yet, and you still have apparently 2 black kids by 2 different men, 2 black men. All this is coming from a place of hurt. So again, Miss Cynthia G, by your logic, you can say that you are also a byproduct. You are also in lending a helping hand in this whole damn white supremacy thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop her right there. I just really wanted to put that part in.
The only time black men truly feel like there's a war against them is when they feel like they're being punished for something white men do.
So Umar Johnson responds, right? And y'all know I got it. Y'all know I got these videos, man. I don't play around. But Umar Johnson does go on to respond, man. And I'm gonna try my best to I didn't mean to stop her, but I just had to add that in. I'm gonna try my best not to stop him. If I do, it is what it is. Y'all know, whatever. This is just a regular back and forth. But again, shout out to Fox Soul for this. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Shout out to Cynthia G for having this type of conversation that this conversation starter, right? That needs to be had, especially in our community.
Dr. Umar.
Okay, hold on 1 second. But before we even get started on the second video, I said shout out to Dr. Umar. I said shout out to Fox Soul and to Cynthia G. I don't know who these other 3 people are. My apologies. I don't know. Again, if I can, I'll try to find y'all on social media, and then I'll put it in the description. I'll definitely, if they have a YouTube channel, I will tag the Fox Soul's YouTube channel. So again, shout out to Dr. Umar. Shout out to Cynthia G. Yeah, so let's get into Dr. Umar's response, y'all. Dr.
Umar, you, my sir.
Oh, hold on. They just showed her name, one of the people's name. Hold on. Hope Giselle. She's an author and activist. So shout out to you, Hope Giselle. I'll make sure to see if I can try to find your social medias and plug that into as well.
Dr. Umar, you, my sir, are a black man. Why should I care about a war being waged against you?
If you care about the future of black people, then you naturally have to care about the destiny of black men. When you look at most of the pathology in the black community today, from black on black crime, to single female headed households, to poor academic outcomes, to unemployment, much of that is due to the war against black men. So if we want to survive and thrive as a black family and as a black community, we have to implement solutions for black men.
So since
Hold on. Because there's so much things that we talk about on my channel, at least. There's a lot of things that I like to talk about on my channel, man, as far as how they treat, black, not just black men, but black people in the black communities, right? They take away the fundings, right, for, things like YMCA, summer camp programs, youth programs for our elementary, middle school, and high schoolers. Just random things like being able to pay money for new books, new desks, having a decent ass damn cafeteria meal, food for breakfast and lunch. They take away a lot of those types of fundings. I've went to all black schools my whole entire life, y'all. I will tell y'all right now, I can't begin to tell you how many times they've served us spoiled milk. They've served us like burnt breads and stuff that smelled spoiled, that smelled funny, and all this, that, and the third, rotten foods. I've been to an apple one time, and the center of the apple was like was like brown and mushy, and I was like, "What the?" And I had to spit it out. Like, what the hell is this? So I love what he said, and I support everything that he said because it's damn true. I am a part of that. I've been in that. I was raised in that. These things exist. Redlining. Should have been the first thing I said. Redlining. They don't even want us going to their schools because we don't live in their communities, which is the reason why they introduced redlining from the get-go. How stupid is that? Your child can't go to a school in a wealthier neighborhood because you don't live in that wealthier neighborhood. They do stuff like that on purpose. That doesn't make any sense to me. You should be able to put your child in whatever elementary, middle school, high school, whatever. You should be able to put them into whatever school you want them to be able to attend. Because I can tell y'all right now, man, listen. I'm trying to formulate my thoughts here, man, but I'm just. Do y'all know that you can get arrested for lying, saying that you live in another community and you don't, just so your kids go to a better school? Do you know that? Did y'all know that? Dead ass. But I don't know what I'm talking about.
Cynthia G says that the war is waged against Black men towards Black men. So everything that you just listed, Cynthia would suggest that that is the fault of the Black man on his own.
And I would disagree with that. All of the problems that Black men have were introduced by the white power structure. We do not control the school system. We do not control the criminal justice system. We do not control the economic system. All of the problems that we struggle from were introduced by the white power structure. Black on Black crime is a byproduct. It is a second-hand influence of the white power structure against Black males. Stress, depression, fatherlessness, unemployment, miseducation, lack of economic opportunity. These are the ingredients that contribute to Black on Black crime. You cannot do an effective and accurate analysis of Black on Black crime until you first do an effective and accurate analysis of white on Black crime.
Cynthia G, you say.
Hold on. Jesus Christ. This guy came to my college campus back when I was in undergrad. He came to my campus and he said, he was talking for about 2.5 hours, but he said so much, and a lot of people don't grasp a lot of things that he says because you have to go back and play back and listen to him over and over and over again. But listen to what he said. We don't control the education system. We don't control banks. We don't control, we barely have controls over the goddamn laws. What governors being chose, what judges, all of those things, the whole damn judicial, we don't control any of those things. We don't have any control over those things. So you can't sit here and look at us talking about, oh, well, you doing this and you doing that because of blah, 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 blah. Bro, we don't have any control of it. We never had control of it to the get-go, from the get-go. Which is the reasons why I push to a lot of guys to constantly read things, whether it's laws, whether it's current events, news, whatever. Try and be more proactive in your community. Try to be like me. I was a mentor, I mentored younger guys for my whole 4 years, I mean, if not more, but I mentored guys. I was a mentor for the whole 4 years I was doing my bachelor's program. In my undergrad school years, student ambassadors, brother to brother, connected complete. I did so many damn mentorship programs because of the fact that MMI, which was newly introduced right before I left, MMI, which is Male Minority Initiatives. I did so many mentoring programs for the younger, not just Black men, but for Black women too, but for the younger Black men and Black women that was in our community, because I wanted them to know that, hey, listen, you're not the only one that's going through the stresses and all this, that, or third. You're not the only one that's going through it. We went through it too. I've been through it. I've lived through it and I conquered it. I got over it. Here's how you're going to be able to do that. Here's the steps. Here's the this, that, and third. Here's the people you need to be talking to. You can't, just like he said, you cannot talk about or constantly throw in our face the black on black crime without first talking about or throwing in your face the white on black crime. That stuff was introduced to us. We weren't doing that stuff prior to being here. We was doing that stuff in. We don't even have our own names. We don't even have our own religion, our own beliefs. We don't have any of this stuff. But I believe Cynthia G is about to respond. Hold on.
What?
I say this is the typical Black community's dishonest. I'm going to blame everything on everyone outside of the Black community and ignore what Black men are choosing to do. The reality of it is the system is not making Black men do anything. Whether Black men have schools where they can send their boys to is up to them. Whether Black men just choose to educate themselves so that they're qualified for positions that will give them the income they need to support their families, that is on Black men. Nobody's forcing Black men to walk away from their children. Nobody's forcing Black men to murder Black women every 5.5 hours. Nobody's forcing Black men.
Black women is murdering Black men too, man. What are you talking about? There's a Black woman who literally tried to kill her baby daddy literally a week ago with her car, with her truck, ran him over and ended up hitting an older guy and killing him. Again, y'all, I'm really, really sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt like that. I'm so sorry. But this is the type of stuff that this woman pushes. It's always one-way aggression. Just like Kevin said, it's always that one-way aggression. She's not going to talk about how many damn Black women. I've heard several Black women kill their baby dads, Black men, kill their kids. This just happened in one of my old hoods. A Black woman drowned her 2 damn children in a damn lake outside of her house. What are we talking about here?
And to abandon their children, publicly display how they don't like or care about their children. No one's forcing Black men to do anything. And I think it's a great disservice to pretend that someone is forcing Black men to do things rather than to put the accountability where it needs to be, which is Black men. If they have an issue with the system, they should have addressed it a long time ago. You don't get to complain that you don't have any power in a system that you didn't fight to have power in. You fought for assimilation. You did not fight for equality. That is on you. I think we're making excuses at this point.
Dwan?
And I would like to say, too,
Go ahead,
that
Dr. Umar.
briefly, that Lyndon Baines Johnson had commissioned a Kerner Commission in 1967-68 to investigate the causes of the 1967 Red Hot Summer. As you know, there were more race riots across America in 1967 than any other year since 1919, led by Newark, New Jersey, and Detroit, Michigan. The Kerner Commission were experts in criminology, sociology, education, politics, and etc. They produced a book that is, I believe, at least 500 pages that details the reasons why those riots took place. And according to the president's own commission, the problems that exist in the Black community were created by the white power structure, maintained by the white power structure, and enforced by the white power structure. So Cynthia G's position is totally.
So, and again, I keep apologizing, y'all. I'm not trying to interrupt deliberately. I'm sorry. When you don't know Black history like that, or if you do know and just trying to push a certain narrative, you will know these types of simple things. They've written several books on how to create, quote unquote, the ideal, the perfect slave. They have books on disrupting the Black community, the Black families, and all this, that, and the third. They have several pages and pages and pages long. They've perfected their craft, and it's all falling down on us. Now, I will say this: I agree with Cynthia G as far as when she said, "Oh, nobody's telling you not to, to take care of your kids or to kill each other or to do this, that, and third." Nobody's telling you. I agree with that. That's a fact. That's a fact. But when you have become a product of your environment, like Dr. Umar said, when you become a product of your environment, you do the things that they want you to do because it's been engraved in your brain to do these types of things. One of the, I've learned, I took a psychology class a couple years ago, and they talked about how they would give a baby a piece of candy every time they rung a bell. Every time they rung a bell, and they did it for like, I believe they did it every, I can't remember what they said, 3 or 4 times per day, every day for like 3 weeks. Every time they rung the bell, it got so bad to the point where the baby would, as soon as the baby heard the bell, the baby would get up and walk right to them and stick his hand out and give them a candy. After the experiment was over, they rung the bell, and the baby would just walk up and put his hand out again, and then they didn't give him the candy. And the baby sitting there looking confused, started crying and all this, that, and the third, wanting the damn candy. It's because you're so used to doing something, you don't know any other ways. When you're a product of your environment, and I'm not defending, the nonsense that a lot of Black people do, I'm not defending, I'm just saying the reason why. When you become a product of your environment, these are the type of things that's going to be able to happen. I became a product of my environment, which is one of the reasons why I started doing things like hustling, selling CDs and DVDs, robbing people, hitting pawn shops, selling things that I was stealing from people and all this, that, and the third. I became a product of my environment because everybody around me was doing it. Oh, okay, this is how everybody get money, so I need to start getting money too. Oh, this is how y'all been doing this, that, third. I need to start doing that too. Facts. But I'm gonna try and let him finish, man, because this video is going on way too long. I didn't even think this video is going to be
inaccurate and has been refuted by expert testimony coming from the Kerner Commission itself. And I would also say, good sister, that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. One of the reasons Dr. King was murdered is because the Kerner Commission was released, which would have gave Dr. King all the ammunition he needed to lead his breadbasket campaign. Even the white power structure admits that the problems Black men face were introduced by the white power structure.
Shout out to Fox Soul. Shout out to Fox Soul. This was a great back and forth. While I don't agree with a lot of the stances and the talking points that Cynthia G has, I have no choice but to admit that a lot of the things that she said was accurate. A lot of things she said in this video, I should say, a lot of things she said in this video was accurate. Y'all know me, I give credit when credit is due regardless. With that being said, the narrative that she was constantly trying to push is not accurate. That one-way aggression. Oh, Black men killing Black women. Okay, Black women is also killing Black men. What are you talking about? But you don't want to talk about that. Oh, Black men is not trying to raise their kids. Black women is not trying to raise their kids also. I told y'all about my auntie who walked up to the judge one day randomly on some, yo, I don't want to be a mother. I don't want to take care of my kids no more. What are you talking about? We hear stories about this all the damn time. Black women killing their kids. We hear stories about stuff like this all the time, but she would never talk about that. Why? Because she has a certain narrative to push, which is unfortunate. But y'all know, people do what they want to do, man. So this video went on way too long. I didn't even think it was gonna go on this long. I might do a second reaction, man. I really want to cover, because it was a long back and forth, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'll probably do another reaction to this video, man. I probably will. So but anyway, I need y'all to comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. Please, 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 if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, man. Also, too, hit that bell symbol on side, so anytime I make an upload, notification will pop up and alert you. Also, too, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share. I look forward to reading all your comments, if any. So until next time, please, man, y'all be safe for her, cuz.